Shelter Mortgage, flexibility, professionalism, and service. Let us custom build a mortgage for you.
Hello, Prudential sales executives, for our video message of the week. All right, this week's message is entitled Building Client Relationships. In fact, I just came back from a Prudential conference, and I want to start today's message with a question that came up at the conference, and I think it was very apropos. If you were asked, do I want to be trusted or do I want to be likable? What is more important to you? Well, let me give you the answer of what came up for most people. Most people say trusted. And the true answer is likable. Now, let me tell you why. Keep this in mind. How many people have you really trusted that you didn't start off liking? Okay, the key is that trust is extremely important, but it's really a process. And we need to start with being likable. You really got to like somebody before you can move to that trust factor. And that's what today's message is all about. I've got 6 items that I want to share with you that help you build those client relationships from a standpoint of being likable. All right, first of all, starts with your face. Smile. Let the world know that you are happy, you're having a good day. That will attract people towards you. Second, all right, be fun to be around. All right, I know this sometimes we say to ourselves, well, I think I'm fun to be around. You know what? Let me tell you something. Make a conscious effort. People want to feel good. We all have enough things going on in our lives. We don't need someone else telling us how to be doomy and gloomy. All right, be fun to be around and be cognizant of that. All right, number 3. Non-business open-ended questions. I'm going to give you a question that came up at this conference, and I think it's awesome for you to build that likability. All right? When we meet someone, some of the times we meet someone we don't know, okay, or we're trying to get to know, some of the first questions we ask is, so what do you do for a living? What do you do out here? And you know what? That is just so overdone. Let me give you a question that I thought was really powerful to build the likability factor. So let me ask you, what do you do when you're not working? So what do you do when you're not working? All right? Open it up. Cannot be answered with a yes or no. They need to really tell you what excites them. Well, you know what? I'm into the beach. I bike ride. Whatever the case may be. All right? They can now start launching in to something that is very passionate about what they do. You know, a scary stat that came up at this conference was that 72% of the people out there that are at their jobs today are actually looking for another job. Only 28% of the people are actually engaged in what they're doing. Scary stat. So now that question opens them up to talking about what's really passionate and fun for them. Again, building that likability factor. When they're telling you this, listen. You got to listen really closely. That's number 4. Okay, don't be wandering, all right? Stay in the now, and that's tied into listening. Stay in the now, okay? I know there's so much going on in everyone's lives, all right? And someone's talking to you, and you tend to be thinking about what you're going to say next, something that happened yesterday. Stay in the now, stay focused. You know what's amazing about that? Learn about what someone else is doing that's fun and that they're passionate about. It might bleed into something that you will find passion in and fun in. All right, so listen and stay in the now when they're talking. All right, and lastly, the message today is this is a perfect opportunity to use numerous modes of communication, specifically social media. You know, social media comes out in all these different aspects. This is one of those times. Likability and social media work. And here's what you need to do. Now you can use the social media with fun things that you do to communicate. Maybe it's just keeping up to date on that first conversation about biking. And now you're communicating with those key social aspects that, guess what? You already know that particular person has passion in. Today's message, starting with likability so we can build to that key trust factor and ultimately do more business. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.